Hello, everyone. Welcome back to e-learning for all. Today, we're going to dive deep into one of the fundamental aspects of English grammar, plurals. Understanding how to form plurals correctly is essential for effective communication, so let's get started. Plurals, in English, refer to the form of a word used to indicate that there is more than one of something. It's a straightforward concept, but there are some rules and exceptions you need to know. By the end of this video, you will be a pro at forming plurals in English. Let's start with regular plurals. These are nouns that follow a simple pattern for pluralization. Typically, you add s to the end of the singular noun. For example, cat becomes cats. Book becomes books. And car becomes cars. It's that simple. Now, here's a rule to remember. When a singular noun ends in s, x, z, sh, or ch, you usually add es to form the plural. For instance, bus becomes buses. Box becomes boxes. And dish becomes dishes. We have covered so far the regular plural, but we should also know how to use the irregular plurals. Irregular plurals are a bit trickier. These are nouns that don't follow the regular add-s rule. Instead, they change their spelling entirely in the plural form. For example, man becomes men. Woman becomes women. And child becomes children. You will need to memorize these irregular forms. Now, what about compound nouns? These are nouns made up of two or more words, and they can be a bit tricky when forming plurals. For instance, sister-in-law becomes sisters-in-law. mother-in-law becomes mothers-in-law, and so on. In most cases, you pluralize the main word. Lastly, let's review other rules of the plural endings. Typically, it involves adding letters or changing the form of a word from its singular form to its plural form. When a singular noun ends in a consonant plus y, you change the y to ies to form the plural. For example, baby babies, city cities, cherry cherries. In the case of singular nouns ending in o, simply add s to form the plural. For example, potato potatoes, tomato tomatoes, radio radios. And if the noun ends in f or fe, you typically change the f or fe to ves to form the plural. For example, leaf leaves, knife knives, half halves. And there you have it. Remember, practice makes perfect, so keep using these rules in your everyday English communication. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more informative language lessons. If you have any questions or need clarification on any aspect of plurals, feel free to ask in the comments section below. Thanks for joining us today on eLearning for All. Until next time, happy learning and keep mastering the English language.